Good morning, students. Today we are going to do the poem Geography Lesson of Class 8 Honeydew book. The poet is Zulfikar Ghosh, and this poem is about how things look from a different perspective when you think differently. Let's start with the first stanza, and as we go, you will understand the beauty of the poem. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had, seeing it scaled 6 inches to a mile. There seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, up, unplanned and without style, when the jet sprang into the sky. Okay, so we have an visual imagery here where we see that there is a jet which is there. Most of you must have traveled by air, and when you look from the aircraft down onto the earth, you will see that there are lots of things which look very planned. Okay, you will see roads, you will see cities, you will see rivers. So the poet is taking a view of the earth from the sky where he is sitting in a plane, and he says that when the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear that why the city had developed the way it had. So when you are on the ground, when you're traveling on roads or by trains, you're not able to get that perspective which you get when you have a look at it from a height, from a distance, and especially when you're sitting in a jet. So he says that now I can figure out, now I can reason it, why there is a plan to things. There seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard. Haphazard means very confusing, very disorganized. So, things that looked very unplanned on the ground suddenly seemed to achieve a meaning and attain a greater clarity when he sees it from a height. When the jet sprang into the sky. So we see a poetic device over here. The repetition of the line, when the jet sprang into the sky, when the jet sprang into the sky. And why does a poet use the technique of repetition? He uses it to emphasize certain facts. Okay, so he's laying stress on those points, and that is why he's trying for you to visualize that you're sitting in an aircraft and then you are having a look at things down below. It's like having a bird's eye view. Imagine that you are a bird and you're flying in the sky, and when you look down, how does the earth look to you? So there he says that you could see that the city had, and when you go higher into the sky, the things get scaled into smaller things. Okay, so that is why scaled 6 inches to the mile. In fact, even when you look into an atlas, okay, or in your maps, which you do in your geography lessons, you will see that there is a scale which is mentioned, because the things are all reduced to smaller size. They are not the actual representation of the actual data which is there. And there is a scale which says that to how much it has been reduced. It says here that scaled 6 inches to the mile, and the entire city looks very, very different from that perspective. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography, that land and water attracted man, was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Okay, so we see that even in the first stanza, the poet has used the first and the last line of the stanza as a repetition. Similarly, in this stanza, we see it is sandwiched between the repetition of the two lines, which says that when the jet reached 10,000 feet. So now we are rising higher and higher. The jet is gaining height, and as you reach higher, there is again a change in the perspective. And he says that it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. In this stanza, the poet Zulfikar Ghosh is trying to explain the logic of geography. Okay, he is trying to figure out that there is a reason why the valleys are populated and why we have cities at the banks of the rivers. Okay, so even if you recollect, most of the civilizations happen along the major rivers. Like taking our case of civilization, the Indus civilization, it happened around the river of Indus. Okay, what is the main river in India? The Ganges. Okay, the Ganges is a long, you have a long Gangetic plain. So you can see that there are so many cities which are there around the banks of river Ganges. Because why? Uh, River, water source, so there is agriculture. Where there is agriculture, there is food, and where there is food, there can be life and sustainability. So that is why valleys, you don't have life on mountain tops, because the living condition over there is very, very severe. Okay, it is not suitable for sustenance. But in the valleys, there is possibility of agriculture, and you can have good life over there. So he says that that is the logic of geography, that land and water attracted man. Where there were plains, where there was fertile land, where there were water sources around, people flocked, people gathered together, made small hamlets, hamlets turned into small cities to big cities, and that's how the population just kept increasing. When the jet rose 6 miles high, coming to the last stanza, which says that when the jet rose 6 miles high. Okay, so now even higher than what he was in the second stanza, it was clear that the earth was round. It's almost like, if you're having a look of earth from the space, okay, earth as a planet. And how does earth as a planet look? Round, green, bluish. So he says, when the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear that the earth was round. In fact, even when you're flying, you can always see the horizon. Okay, and you can see a small curvature, the earth's spherical surface can be seen to some extent. And that it had more sea than land. Okay, so the beauty and the reason of life on earth is the water that we have. And definitely there is more sea than land on our planet earth. And but it was difficult to understand that men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill. From that height, it was not clear why. Okay, so here the poet is leaving the readers to a thought where he says that, observing the earth from such a height, it seemed so peaceful, it seemed so calm. It just looked like a round ball which had blue and green combinations. Okay, blue where there was sea and green where there was land. And he says that it was so difficult to figure out why people fought for cities. Okay, here we see the use of imagery that is being used by the poet. When he says walls across cities, he is talking about the borders that we create. Okay, when the earth was created, there were no borders, there were no line of controls. Okay, it is man who has created these geographical lines. It is man who has made that this is my country, that this is my state, this is my region. But if you look from a distance above, it is just one planet Earth. Okay, and we as a human race have the responsibility to take care of this beautiful planet. There is no need for, he says that, why has man found a reason to kill each other or to create wars? It is not required. Okay, we can all live in harmony, we can all live very peacefully. There is no need to create such boundaries, there is no need to create such walls, there is no need for such battle and such wars. And he says that that is something which has perplexed him as to why, when it looks so peaceful from a distance, why at the ground level are we all fighting for small things in life. So I hope you understood the poem, and let's look at the poetic device that the poet has used. Basically two poetic devices. One is the imagery, wherein he is trying to show that how we have created boundaries and borders through the use of words like walls. And the second is alliteration. Let's find out. In the very first line we have sprang and sky. The sir sound, the sir consonant sound which is being repeated is an example of alliteration. Similarly, we have it seen scaled 6 inches into a mile. Again, the sir sound being repeated as alliteration. And of course, the technique of repetition, where he is using the two lines, when the jet sprang into the sky and when the jet reached 10,000 feet. So that is the poetic device that the poet has used to make the poem even more beautiful. I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.